Hey, what you guys are about to see are some selections out of the 1-hour private I did with Namsaknoi. This is actually the second entry into the Muay Thai Library, and Namsaknoi is amazing. He's incredibly demure, technical style, but he also has a lot of power, so he's like the best of all different styles of Muay Thai. He's amazing. I hope you guys enjoy these excerpts, and if you want to check out the full session, you can click on the link in the description below and see the full session as a patron. Here he's teaching me what he's been doing, right? So he took 2 steps back, which basically goads the opponent to follow. So you're like, I'm getting away from you. And after you take 2 steps back, you switch direction and charge towards them. But he's stepping outside my foot. If he's stepping straight, he's just gonna clash into me. But he's actually stepping outside my leg and knocking me over. I love this technique. This is really, really cool. So you're goading your opponent to come forward, and then when you change direction, you're basically like knocking them over. But see how close he comes to me. You don't step outside of them too far. You basically step right into them with your chest, but your foot's on the outside so you can knock them over. He's like, if you step back 1 step, they're gonna come. So if he takes a step towards me and I take a step back, he has limited options on what he can throw. But if he's going backwards and I'm still coming forward and he changes direction, he actually has more options of what he can do because I'm coming forward there. He can use my own momentum against me. This is the great thing about Namsaknoi and Karahat, is they can make you miss from like 2 inches away. Like, why am I missing that?
You're in control.
So he's saying you maintain more control on body punches if you don't let your head come in front of your foot. You want your head over your foot in terms of like a vertical line, but you don't want your head in front of your foot because you basically have thrown your weight too far forward and you have to reverse the entire car to come back. If you stay over your foot, you have the next move already. So he was saying don't dive your head in front of your foot when you're trying to go low. It's like if you overturn on your kick, you're done. You have that 1 kick and then you have to like reverse the entire thing. I'm cackling because what he's doing with his arms as he's like faking is something that should not trick me, and it does. It's totally distracting. It's like how a cat cannot help but chase the red light or something. So he's just barely moving back or staying in one spot, and here he's galloping towards me, but he's actually switching his stance and going outside of my feet all the time. See how much he's controlling where I can go? I managed to catch him, and I'm cackling because it was so scary, but he's basically like corralling me by galloping outside of my feet. It's very much like the footwork that Yod Pan teaches. You can watch him in the Muay Thai Library and what his gallop is like, but he's doing it really, really close so that he can trip me on either side. Look how beautiful that like switchback is. And he's using his shoulders to fake as well, like which way he's gonna go. Coming forward, just used my own momentum. Here he's gonna show me how to do it. His right leg goes inside my left leg. He barely pops it. He's basically just lifting my heel up and then pushes me at the same time. In the Muay Thai Library is Crew Guy. Crew Guy teaches a trip like this, and he teaches it for quite a while, so there's a nice breakdown in it. You can watch that patron session if you want to learn this. But it's similar and not quite the same. But what's really important about it is that you knock the leg. You're not kneeing the inside of the thigh, you're just knocking it so that you're changing the opponent's balance. And as their balance changes, you have to move your leg out of the way. Right there I managed to get him down, but I didn't move my leg. And so when I shadowed it afterwards, I exaggerated the movement of the leg. I should be doing that when I'm tripping him. But because it's not a power move, it's a balance move, even with the difference in our size, I can put someone as big as Namsaknoi down with just that little off balancing. Look at his guard. He keeps it kind of wide, like he can look through it, but it moves so fast. So I tried to steal his, like, putting the hands on the outside of the guard and kind of like coming around it, which is something that he taught me in the first session. You can go watch that. I tried to steal it, and so now he's going to show me how it really works. He's pushing my guard in, but look at how he kind of pivots out. He does this little step out first. This is especially important because of how short I am. So if I try to just go over his hand straight because I'm really short, I might not reach him. I'm too short. He can definitely hit me at the same time I'm hitting him if I just try to go over. But by stepping slightly to the outside, one, that's good for me because I'm short, so it allows me to be closer. But two, I'm offline for whatever his counter is, so it's not a like 50-50 exchange. I take the lead on that by coming outside of his front guard. He's making himself kind of like squared off so that I can try to do that trip. That trip is about timing. I put my butt back and didn't bring my leg. He's like, your butt and your leg have to go at the same time. See how my leg went? My left leg came around. It's getting out of the way of the momentum of throwing him in that direction. It's just a little twist. This is really nice. So you will get a lot of face smushing in or like cross facing in clinch because people put a lot of tension on your shoulder. He's showing how to get out of it. So I'm putting pressure on his face and he's stuck. So what he does is he rolls his thumb down, he rolls his hand inward, and then because his elbow has crossed the line of where my arm is, he can then use it to push down and peel my arm off.
Get your elbow up and then out.
So you get your elbow up and then you like fold it down. So when he turns, see how his elbow passes my arm?
And the elbow points up.
Elbow points up.
It's the same thing when someone catches your kick. Your knee is pointed sideways if you're kicking because you're kicking with your shin. If you pop it so that your knee is up, you can then yank yourself out or put a lot of weight down and kind of get out. So basically, your arm is in a position where you don't have a lot of power because it's turned. So you overturn it so that your elbow can pass that little area, and then you can use that new position where the elbow is to fold down. See where my elbow went on his bicep, and then you can pull it down. Oh, it's so good. I'm going to practice this a lot. This is really, really good. It's a position that you'll get in a lot if you're clinching.
Very good.
Hey, so those are selections out of the 1 hour private part 2 I did with Namsaknoi for the Muay Thai Library. If you want to check out part 1 and full hour of part 2, you can click on the link in the description below, and as a patron, check out both of those in the Muay Thai Library. While you're there, we have more than 80 hours of long-form training videos with the best legends, crews, fighters of Thailand. There's more to see there than you can imagine, so definitely check that out. Link is in the description below, and hope you guys enjoy it.